And we have another candidate for Senate running against Donald Trump's trade war. Minnesota's Democratic Lieutenant Governor Peggy Flanagan, who is also the highest-ranking Native American woman elected to office in the United States, is now a candidate for Senate in Minnesota, where Democratic Senator Tina Smith has announced she will not be running for re-election.
A loud, clear voice. That's what my Ojibwe name means, and it's core to who I am. So I'm going to be loud and clear about what's at stake right now. Trump and his allies are ransacking our government to give more handouts to corporations and billionaires, taking money out of our pockets to line their own. They're starting mindless trade wars that make our prices skyrocket and devastate our farmers and small businesses. They're wrecking our savings, destroying Social Security, and gutting our health care. And I believe people are waking up. And in this fight, it's all of us versus the extremist billionaires. And I'm betting on us. Because when the people speak out with a loud, clear voice together, there's nothing and no one that can stop us.
Joining us now is the Democratic Lieutenant Governor of Minnesota, Peggy Flanagan, now candidate for United States Senate. Thank you very much for joining us tonight, early in your campaign. When did you decide to run, and was the trade war a factor in your decision, or is it something that you've had to deal with now as a candidate, having already decided to run?
Well, growing up, Lawrence, I felt like the bottom could fall out at any moment. And there are too many people who feel that way right now. And, folks who understand what that's like need to be representing us in Washington. I was raised by a single mom. I relied on Medicaid for my health care. And I think that that is a reality for a lot of folks in this country. And in this moment, what I'm hearing from people all across the state of Minnesota, folks like Beth Beinecke of Busy Baby, who was awarded the Small Business Owner of the Year in Washington, D.C. by the Trump administration, traveled to Washington to say, these tariffs are crippling my business. They are crushing me. And I've leveraged my home. I may go out of business because of these tariffs. It's outrageous. I've talked to Tina Rexing of T-Rex Cookies in Eagan. She wants to expand her business, which is what we should want for small business owners across the country. And a piece of equipment that she wanted to purchase in December has increased by 30%. She's not going to be able to do that anymore. And, we're hearing also from farmers. Minnesota is the third largest producer of soybeans nationally, and we're losing those sales to Brazil. And that could potentially be permanent in a moment when crop prices are low and, the uncertainty around the Farm Bill. This is crushing folks. And frankly, these tariffs are really taxes on small business owners, but also taxes on consumers. It's outrageous. And it's one guy, Donald Trump, who's made this decision for all of us. And we've got to fight back. And
your state, Minnesota, gets some of its electricity from Canada. That interdependence across that border is very important to Minnesota.
Absolutely. Also, the import of potash fertilizer from Saskatchewan. This is so real. And, it's not fun and games. I think the conversation that you saw that Donald Trump have today with the Prime Minister of Canada, he just doesn't know what he's doing and isn't thinking about it. But what I can tell you is that people are really feeling the pinch in Minnesota. And it's chaos and ransacking the government. We have to fight back. But I think Democrats also have an opportunity to tell folks what they're for in this moment and what we're fighting for. And I think that's the opportunity to make sure that people can thrive, not just to survive, and invest in the things that, people really care about instead of always fighting against Donald Trump.
Minnesota Lieutenant Governor Peggy Flanagan, now a candidate for United States Senate. Thank you very much for joining us tonight.
Thanks so much.
We'll be right back.